Alright, Guardians, so you have finished your quest for the Volundr Forge, and you are ready to head into it for the first time. So what you're going to want to do is come up to the Sunken Isles. You're going to want to go ahead and click on the tracking for your quest icon. I've finished it, but I'm still going to just show you guys where it's at. And then I'll give you guys full kind of gameplay as we go through and a couple tips to run in there. So, jump on your Sparrow, drive on in. It's usually the quickest way is to go over here. And just drive down the tunnel. You're going to be kind of going the back way into an old mission that we did previously in the Red War campaign. It's kind of towards the end of one of those missions where you would be, where you'd have a tank, actually. Always a fun mission. But once you get into this room, they've kind of added a new door. So if you're not tracking it, I got a little lost for a second, but it's usually a pretty easy spot. If you just track the quest, it'll take you right to it. So once you get in here, you'll remember this big open room. But this door to the right was, I'm pretty sure, not here, or at least I never noticed it. Because now they have these little barriers that you can't drive your Sparrow through. Now, I don't know if they do that for a glitching sake or not bringing a tank in here. But you can get through and then pop your Sparrow and work your way down the hill. Now, once you get up here, technically if you want, you can, drive your Sparrow across. This is 160 speed, and I barely make it, but I do. So once you get inside, you're going to have a few ads to kill. This is just for you, kind of maybe a damage check or something like that, just to make sure you can survive a few 610 enemies. Because that's what these should be. And that's why it says recommended 610. That is where this thing starts. And the first wave will be 610 as well. So that's kind of another piece of, checking. If you come in here and you get your butt whooped by these guys, you probably shouldn't be starting the forge. So just a little damage check, nothing major. If you got some people with you, they should be able to join in pretty quick. Get your one Centurion, make sure you drop him down. Now it is matchmaking, so if you don't bring people with you, that is okay. They will find people to work with you. Only thing about matchmaking is just going to be the fact that not everybody's going to know the best mechanics and ways to run the forge. So what's going to happen is I'm going to activate the forge. You will pop into the matchmaking screen for a second, then you'll come back into your instance. If you don't have a full team, it'll bring you somebody else with you. First wave is going to be... basically what's going to happen, you're going to have blue shielded enemies that are going to drop batteries. The harder enemies of that wave will drop 2. The easier enemies will drop a single 1. When you're throwing the batteries, you have to basically throw them into this forge here. You want to hit the red side. You don't want to hit like basically the smooth side here. Now you can, come at it from an angle. I've been down in this hallway and kind of banked it off like, say, this side right here. But you want to make sure you kind of hit the red. If it does bounce, it's no big deal, but, try to make every one of your throws count. It's kind of worth it. So the first side, you're going to have Psions as your easy, and then your Gladiators are going to be your tough one. Then for wave 2, that's going to go from 610 to 620. You're going to have Legionaries, and you're going to have Colossus, which are going to be a big pain. So, a couple pieces of advice for a build, and this is just going to be a really common thing because it's Cabal, so you are also looking at potentially solar stuff. There's typically one solar named enemy throughout there, so that's a benefit as well. Icolo shotgun is an important one, any solar shotgun, but honestly probably not something like Mindbenders because it's not going to hit full auto. Something like Badlander is probably going to do better just because it's rapid fire, full auto. You can dump that damage really quickly. So that's important for things like the Gladiators and then also the Colossus just because those need to die quickly. Now sometimes if I can get 3 shots on a Colossus with Whisper from far away, that's almost safer because the Colossus will smash and hurt. Whatever else you got up top, anything to make orbs. When you get to the second phase, I'd probably save your heavy as long as you can, especially for the boss. He's going to be phase 3. That's 625. When you get to the actual second phase, see if you can start chaining some supers. That's going to be an important piece as well. Chaining supers, it's worth using your super on the ads to clear the enemies, get the batteries dropping so you can get those thrown quicker. Because when it comes to damaging the boss, you're not likely to do a whole lot of damage up close, but damage clearing things are going to be beneficial. So keep those in mind. Feel free to use your supers. Try and chain them so you share orbs with the people you pair up with. That's going to benefit as well. I'm doing this at about 610 so you guys can see. I have finished it at 604 with a couple other people that were, in about the same range, but a little bit higher than 600, the better. 605 is kind of a good sweet spot. If you have some organization, you should be able to do it. I'm running Whisper. I might be doing most of the damage on this one to the boss while get a little help otherwise, but we're going to see how this thing goes all together. So that being said, let's go ahead and get this thing started. So you come up here, and we'll go into matchmaking. So I'll see you guys on the inside. Alright, Guardians, once you load in, you get probably like 10 seconds before enemies start spawning. They're going to come from most directions. You're going to have some down this cave here, some in the cave off to the right. Some will be up on this platform, and some will be back down. Best way I can describe it is over here. You eventually have some that kind of come out of this middle cave as well, kind of this spawn point over here. They're just going to come from everywhere. So look for them, see where they're coming. There's a couple adds right there. Quite a few that you can melt down fairly quickly. And again, this is 610 on this section. They are going to be a bit easier to kill. 620, next wave, you are definitely going to start feeling the difference if you're about my level. So keep that in mind if things start to get harder to kill. That is exactly why, because they're meant to be. So as you kill the adds, you're looking for the blue shielded guys. They're going to be running around. Sidens, of course, are pretty quick and easy to kill. That's why they're worth 1. Sometimes I might even use just 1 shotgun. I got to reload. Oh my gosh, this gun. Not the best gameplay. There we go. So when you pick up the battery, again, even from this angle, just try and get your cursor slightly off center. And that'll still count it. Magically, that was probably not the best throw, but it worked. And then, of course, just look around for some of the adds. You're going to have some dogs that run around. This guy, of course, drop him pretty quick. And again, just try and split between your team, manage the sides. If that counted, I'd be surprised, but I think it did. Now, back here, you can jump between angles. So, kind of floating over here, there's usually another one. And you'll get some different runarounds. Now, on the other side, you're going to have quite a few adds over there, so if you feel like you need some help, that's one of those things to keep in mind. This big boy is going to pop in for sure. So you want to take this guy out pretty quickly. He's not worth a battery, but he's just going to be a really annoying guy just in the mix. You'll notice as the timer over there goes, when we throw batteries, the timer will actually go up with those. So that's kind of an important piece. You do have a bit of a time crunch. So that's why the second area being more difficult is one thing to keep in mind. Because as you run out of time in that second phase, then you're going to get in a crunch, things go a little crazy. It's just one of those things, errors start happening. So try and be consistent with the battery throwing. Try and focus on the little ones if you have to. Focus on the big ones if they're giving you issues. And really just try and make it, that's the one that's going to hurt, is the Gladiator. So I got to get some health back. Then I can probably manage him though. I just need to get a little melee charge on him in case he ran away. There he is. So I'm going to try and get a little melee charge on him. And again, trench barrel shotgun still works pretty well. And that'll do it. Now, once that wave is done, most things will respawn. So use this as a time to run around, pick up some ammo, especially like shotgun, make sure things are reloaded. And we're going to come to phase 2. This is where it gets interesting. Colossus hurt. Legionaries take a few more shots to kill. That's why a shotgun I do recommend, and a solar shotgun is good. That's why Colossus is still one of the best, without a question. So you'll have a couple Phalanx. The Phalanx are usually all around the Legionaries, so they get to be a little annoying because they block your access to the Legionaries, just because you're going to want to get to them easier, and they just make it a pain in the butt. So, same thing, same principle, just harder enemies this time. So look for the Legionaries. And again, same principle. Just try and manage your section. That's why if you can manage your section, you're going to be probably better off. And again, things like grenades are going to be beneficial in these types of situations. Try not to die. It is a pretty quick reload time, but if you do die, it's kind of a, that's a nice little glitch. And again, I'm using probably a little more shotgun ammo than I want to, but I'm not going to use a shotgun when it comes to other stuff, so I'm probably okay with it. So we're doing okay. Got some batteries over there. I'm probably going to go use my super to start clearing these adds out because there's just a lot of stuff on the ground. So start clearing some stuff out. Now, one thing that I probably did not want to do is actually pick up a super, or pick up a battery while your super is active. You'll miss the actual charge, which is kind of annoying. But we're getting our health back, so we're doing all right. So quick death there. We got 7 out of 40. Just got to keep those batteries flowing. That's why chaining supers is important. Trying to pick up orbs where possible. If you see a Colossus, spin some heavy ammo. Take it out if you need to. And then find these guys over here. So again, okay, that's just amazingly perfectly timed. Now, the Colossus want to just smack you around a little bit, so be careful. That's why going for those Legionaries is tough, because those Phalanx just want to give them defense all day long, and it's so annoying. So, yep, those guys hurt. So we're 10 out of 20, still managing time recently. It is getting kind of tight. So we got a Colossus in the middle. I do want to try and drop him. A couple whisper shots if I can turn his butt around. Can you please turn around? Seriously, dude? Look at me. There. Come on. Alright, so I got some Psions over here. You're going to have, I know the adds are over here. Also might start to have something else coming at us. Got about 14 seconds to go. Trying to get some more adds going. Trying to use a shoulder charge to clear this section out, because these guys are just really ticking me off right now. There we go. That's a big whiff of a throw. That's terrible. Alright, couple whiffs, not too great. Alright, need to get some more of these heavy guys going. Get a grenade up there so you can get some of those going. Got about 10 seconds. Use those grenades. Enjoy them. There we go. Still going. Got a few. 10 seconds. Need about 4 more. Got a Colossus across the way. If I don't die, which I just did. Perfect. Got 3 to go. Keep working. Come on. Need that Colossus to look at me over here. Come on, buddy. Where you at? Yeah, let me shut you down real quick. 12 seconds. We did get our 20. So my teammates came through on the other side, which is good. Lower enemies are a little easier. Gonna go ahead and run to where I recommend all of you to run. Over here on the beach is usually the safest bet. Just because if you're gonna run anything, the ads won't typically run over to you. The boss will wander over. You need the boss to wander over first. You're gonna have the little drones around him. There's gonna be the little blue shielded drones. Look for those. And as soon as he starts to creep around, you'll see these little drones coming. They're gonna be what actually give him his shield. And then he's going to fire some rockets. He's going to keep creeping around. Look for those little shield drones. Take him out. Finish him up. And then once his shield is down with this last little drone, then we should be good to go. Alright. Time to pop some damage. Well of Radiance will definitely help this out. I'm going to see how much whisper damage I can do in a short period of time. Remember, I am on PC. If you're wondering how recoil is manageable like this, remember that's why. Need to get whispered breathing for a second here. A couple bigger pops of damage. Grenades kind of suck. Still going. Working through, trying to pop as much damage as I can. Definitely one dude next to be helping out with whisper. You guys can see it's going pretty quick, but you do have to put a ton of damage into this guy. He's not an easy kill. Definitely going to take some work. Should go down probably in about one more shot, and there he goes. So that is a quick run through of the Volundr Forge. It's full Cabal, so Solar's going to help. You know, shotguns are definitely going to help because those bigger boys need some help. You can punch with that trench barrel shotgun. There you go. Actually got a drop from it as well. Kinetic action. Just one of these random 492s, but this is what you're going to do to finish up your quest. There will be more quest steps to continue, but I do hope this guide helps you out. And that's pretty much where it's going to wrap. It will take you back into this again. If you are working on the quest, you might actually pop out. But if you're in the queue, you will stay in it until you decide to leave the queue. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the queue for the Volundr Forge. But if you guys did enjoy the video, drop a like below. Leave a comment if you got any questions. You can do this with matchmaking, but again, the higher power, the better. And again, if you're working on that grind, working on your powerful engrams, things like that are definitely going to help you out. So keep that in mind. If you spend a little bit of time on the grind to get yourself up a little bit, this will be easier with matchmaking. All of those pieces aren't just going to come together at like 600. This is more of an in-game piece, so this is just an add-on. This is the next piece of content. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and hopefully this one helps you out. So I'm going to try and keep these guides coming for the forges just so you kind of understand what's happening. So thank you guys very much. You can follow me on Twitch, on Twitter. It's Ebontis on both, but right here on YouTube. If you guys haven't subbed to my channel yet, please do so, and I will thank you guys very much in the future. We're getting close to 30,000 subs. See if we can hit that by the end of the year. So thank you very much, and I will see y'all soon. Enjoy your grind.